Speech. It's a speech.
जो वायरलेस माइक है ना, वो वाले माइक के पास मत जाओ, नहीं तो ऐसे ही एको होता है। इसलिए जो दूसरा वाला वायरलेस माइक है वो हमने साइड में रखा है। पीछे से माइक मे बी जो वायर वाला माइक है वो यूज़ करें।
नीले आसमान पर नाम उनका छाया है, नीले आसमान पर नाम उनका छाया है, हक की लड़ाई का रास्ता उन्होंने दिखलाया है। अब सर झुका के नहीं, अब सर उठा के जीते हैं हम, ये जय भीम का नारा है, ये जय भीम का नारा है। Respected speakers, elders, dear friends, and everyone gathered here, Jai Bhim! Jai Bhim! My name is Adwaida Khobragade. I am 10 years old. Some of you may wonder, what does a child know about Dr. Ambedkar? I say a child who has read his words, who has seen her grandmother and great-grandmother fight for their rights, knows plenty. Today, on the birthday of the greatest son of India, I stand before you, not just as a student, but as a girl who believes that Baba Sahib's dream is not yet complete. Baba Sahib का सपना अधूरा, हम करेंगे पूरा, हम करेंगे पूरा. Friends, let us first remember what Baba Sahib truly stood for, especially for us women. I quote from speeches and writings of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Volume 17. I measure the progress of a community by the degree of progress which women have achieved. He didn't just say it, he did it. He fought for women's right to divorce. He fought against child marriage. He fought for women's right to inherit property. He drafted the Hindu Code Bill, a law that gave Indian women equal rights in marriage, inheritance, and adoption. But when the parliament rejected the Hindu Code Bill in 1951, do you know what Baba Sahib did? On September 27, 1951, he resigned from Nehru's cabinet. He gave up his power because he refused to stay silent when women were denied their rights. I quote from speeches and writings of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. I could not be a party to a government which is not prepared to give equal rights to women. I resign. Sisters, he chose women empowerment over power. Can we choose his values over our comfort? Now, friends, I must speak of something painful because the truth is never comfortable. Baba Sahib Ambedkar was betrayed not just by opponents, but by those he trusted, those he led, those who called him their leader. In 1952, Baba Sahib contested elections from Bombay North Central, the constituency of his own people, the people he had fought for his entire life. And he lost. He lost because votes were split, because pressure was applied, because some of his own community was manipulated by those in power. And I quote from Baba Sahib's one quote from speeches and writings. My final words of advice to you are educate, agitate, and organize. Have faith in yourself. With justice on our side, I do not see how we can lose our battle. He kept faith even when alone, even when betrayed. That is a true measure of a great soul. धोखा दे सको तो दो, लेकिन भीमराव का सपना नहीं तोड़ना. Now, friends, I must talk about what is happening today, right in front of our eyes. Every election season, politicians put up giant photos of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. They wear blue scarves. They say Jai Bhim on stage. But what have they done for the Dalit girl who cannot go to school? What have they done for the women who can't access the toilet? What have they done for the child who sits at the back of the classroom? Not just because of she's less, but because of where she was born. I quote from speeches and writings of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. He once said that Dr. Ambedkar warned us about what he called hero worship and the grammar of anarchy. He said that placing any one person above institutions and principles would destroy democracy. He warned us about leaders that use emotion to divide and rule are the greatest enemies of social progress. I quote from Speeches and Writings of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Volume 13. If we wish to maintain democracy, not merely in form, but also in fact, what must we do? The first thing we must do, in my judgment, is to hold fast to constitutional methods. Hero worship is a sure road to degradation and to eventual dictatorship. So, when someone uses Babasaheb's photo but does nothing for the people, ask them, are you walking his path or just wearing his colors? Babasaheb's true legacy is not a garland on a statue. It is a girl in school. It is a woman who knows her rights. It is a community which is educated, organized, and unafraid. नाम भीमराव का और काम अपना ये नहीं चलेगा, ये नहीं चलेगा. I am 10 years old. I cannot vote yet. I cannot make laws, but I can read. I can speak. I can refuse to stay silent. Babasaheb believed that education was the most powerful weapon. He himself earned degrees from the Columbia University in America and the London School of Economics. Despite poverty, despite discrimination, despite people telling him to know his place, I quote from Autobiography of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, Waiting for a Visa. Unlike a drop of water which loses its identity when it joins the ocean, a man does not lose his being in the society in which he lives. Man's life is independent. He's born not for the development of the society alone, but for the development of his self. Sisters, your identity matters. Your education matters. Your voice, this voice right here, matters. Don't let anyone tell you that you're too young, too poor, too small, or too female to change the world. Babasaheb was told all those things. And then he wrote the Constitution of India. बढ़ेगी बेटी, अंबेडकर का सपना सच करेगी बेटी. Dear friends, I want to end with this promise. As a girl, as a student, as a citizen, I will study, I will speak. I will not let anyone use Babasaheb's name to silence me or my sisters or brothers. I will ask hard questions. I will demand my rights. And I will remember that every time I stand up, I'm walking the footsteps of Dr. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar. Jai Bhim, Jai Samvidhan. Friends, can you please repeat after me? Shiksha.
शिक्षा,
संघर्ष,
संघर्ष,
सम्मान,
सम्मान,
यही है भीमराव का फरमान.
यही है भीमराव का फरमान.
Once more.
Once more, yes. Once more, once more.
Once more.
शिक्षा,
शिक्षा,
संघर्ष,
संघर्ष,
सम्मान,
सम्मान,
यही है भीमराव का फरमान.
यही है भीमराव का फरमान.